A very good morning to everyone and welcome to this special session on XLcon 2023. Okay, first of all, I really appreciate your time, your presence here, because I'm sure all of you are busy people, in fact, super busy people, especially after being part of our community, after being part of Life Excel or the online community. I'm sure all of you have been benefited in your practices, in your lives, and you are doing wonders in whatever you're doing. And because you people are, almost all of you are connected through different social media. I keep on seeing your progress. I keep on seeing your happiness. I keep on seeing your success. And I feel so happy. I feel so satisfied. Sometimes I feel accomplished. Okay. To be the catalyst in your, journey. And with this, and you took out your time. Happy for you and happy to see so many faces once again after a long time. And I don't know how many of you know about XLcon. By the way, how many of you had attended XLcon last year? Type me in the chat. And I'm talking about the offline XLcon at Hyatt Regency in Pune last year. Okay, wonderful. And how many of you attended XLcon online during the COVID years? Type online in the chat. Okay, so cool. So many of you attended online and few of you attended like last year also offline and online as well. So this session is regarding and to brief you about XLcon 2023, this year's XLcon. Okay. So is there anyone, is there anyone who do not know about XLcon? Ha, bhai, I've heard something, but I don't exactly know what it is. Kya hota hai? Just type me in the chat again. Okay. If you are someone who really have no idea about, what XLcon. Yeah, because quite a few of you have joined this year, any of our courses. So you may not know about it. And that's perfectly perfect because that is what exactly we are here for today. Okay. And so let's start. I have prepared a very small, quick presentation. So I'm not going to take a lot of time from you, but trust me, I'm really going to take a few of the best moments and that one of the best day of 2023 from you for sure. Okay. So XLcon 2023. So guys, XLcon is actually a one-day management conference. Okay. We started exclusively for doctors. So honestly speaking, when we say exclusively for doctors, it's only because we say it about our courses as well. But if you have attended Wealth Excel, if you have attended Personal Excel, Family Excel, you know it very well that it's not just about doctors. Like everything is so powerful and useful to everybody. Okay. But XLcon is a one-day conference which we host every year in the month of December. Okay. Or November. So towards the end of the year. Okay. Once we complete our Life Excel cycle. And every year there is a theme to XLcon. So this year's theme is Evolve to Grow. Okay. And I want you to evolve through this journey simply because the world is changing so fast with a very rapid entry of artificial intelligence in every field. The world is actually changing extremely fast. And 2023 is the year where the artificial intelligence entered the world like anything. It's a huge step forward that, the AI entered everybody's life in this year. So we also want to constantly evolve ourselves and make sure that we keep on growing, okay, in every sphere of life. So XLcon is one-day management conference. The entire motto of XLcon is to improve the management skills, leadership skills, entrepreneurship skills, okay, among the medical and dental professionals. Now, why it is important? Simply because nobody teaches all these things. Okay. So we are very good clinicians. But when it comes to management, when it comes to leadership and team building, when it comes to entrepreneurship, nobody teaches anything about this. So so the idea got conceptualized because first we had only one course called Dent Excel. It was 2-day course, very powerful, started in December 12th. And like for next 4-5 years, there were hundreds, in fact, like more than almost 1,000 participants passed or attended Dent Excel within first 5 years. And it so happened that you people used to come, get what you get, learn what you learn, implement what you implement, get your results, and then that's it. There was no connection. Those were the times when even WhatsApp was not there. And there was no connect back, there was no feedback mechanism, there was no experience sharing after that. So it was always there at the back of my mind that we should have something where we should be able to reconnect with our alumni. Okay, so the concept was to reconnect our course participants. So first XLcon, we did it in actually 2017, and interestingly, first XLcon was attended only by 66 participants, and all of them were Dent Excel participants. Okay, and then started Life Excel, and for first 2 years, XLcon was restricted only to our course participants. But the lectures, the speakers in XLcon were so powerful that almost everybody said that we want to bring our family members, we want to bring our kids, we want to bring our friends. So we opened XLcon for everybody in 2018. Okay, so interestingly, during the COVID times, it was so difficult to think about XLcon, but we conducted XLcon online, and it was not just a Zoom meeting. It was properly in a convention center, in a conference hall. And those of you who attended it, you know how good it was. And okay, the XLcon just got better and better and better with every passing year. So after 2 years into the pandemic, the XLcon was online in 2020 and 21. And last year, we again started XLcon offline. So the highest attendance obviously was during the COVID times. So some 746 people attended the XLcon 2021. The highest offline attendance was last year. 278 people attended XLcon last year, and it's just growing and growing and growing. Okay, so I just thought that let me take a quick online session to as a curtain raiser for about XLcon 2023. So those of you who are new, those of you who have already attended XLcon, here is a wonderful short 1.5 minute video that I have made, a couple of minute video rather, I have made about XLcon. Just go through it.
Hello everyone, I'm very excited and happy to announce XLcon 2023, India's only management conference exclusively for doctors. XLcon 2023 is happening on 3rd December at Pune. It's a one-day management conference where you learn about practice management, financial management, life management, where you come together, get inspired, get recharged, and go back to grow in every sphere of life. This is the 7th year of XLcon. We started this in 2017 just for the course participants, with the purpose of bringing them together and helping them to get inspired, recharge, and grow to the next level. But it became so popular very soon that we opened XLcon for every medical and dental practitioner of this country and abroad. We always had few of the finest management speakers in XLcon every year. Right from Didi Shivani to BVG Group Chairman Hanumantrao Gaikwad, to the booklet guy Amrut Deshmukh, to Padma Shri Dr. Malti Hola, and many more. And this year also, we are going to have few amazing, mind-boggling speakers in XLcon 2023. XLcon also has Excel Awards, which are given to our course participants who grow their practices by 2x, 4x, 6x, 8x, and 10x. So don't miss this opportunity to be part of this wonderful one-day event, which is happening on 3rd December in Pune, because XLcon is not just the conference. XLcon is friendship. XLcon is fellowship. It is networking. It is motivation. It is music. It is fun. And there is a cultural evening as well in this XLcon. Stay tuned for all the speakers. More about XLcon. I'll hit back to you again with more details. See you again.
Okay, so guys, how did you find this? Okay, how many of you are even more excited now? Okay, yeah. So so whatever, you know, it's a very short video where I have you know, included every single point. Now I'll just quickly go ahead and just quickly go ahead and talk about all these points one by one. So first is the speakers. So normally we have sessions on practice management, financial management, then business management or entrepreneurial skills or leadership, team building skills. And, you know, one very motivational or inspirational personality from our country who really has done something, who has, it's not just about doing big things. It's about conquering the obstacles and doing something mind-blowing. Like, for example, one of the speakers we had was Bhavesh Ji Bhatia. Those of you who know Bhavesh Bhatia, a blind entrepreneur from Maharashtra. He has given, you know, jobs to like more than 3,000 people. All of them are visually impaired. Okay, imagine a blind entrepreneur giving jobs to 3,000 blind entrepreneurs. Okay, and he, in a different level, state, national, international level, he has won 117 medals in Paralympics and, you know, all the stuff. Imagine a kind of person whose autobiography was released by the Prime Minister of India. Okay, so we had Bhavesh Bhati as one of the speaker. We had one of the biggest fund managers of India, Samir Arora, as one of the speakers in one of our online XLcon. On that day, he was in Paris, so he, you know, delivered the session from Paris actually. Then we had a vice president of the biggest digital marketing company in India. So we really had so many powerful speakers in the past, and this year also we are working with few very big names. So when I say big, it's not about being very famous only. Okay, of course they are, but you know, the entire purpose is to see how much value they can add to you people. You know, how many parachutes they can open, you know, from your brain actually. So it's going to be very, very powerful. And let me tell you, we are not going to announce the speakers today. Okay, we are going to announce one speaker every week for the next 4 weeks. Okay, so there will be four speakers, and we are going to announce the names in the next 4 weeks. So how many of you are like good idea? Type good idea in the chat. Okay, so सब कुछ आज ही बता देंगे तो मजा नहीं आएगा ना. So there should be something for later, isn't it? So so we are actually going to have very, very good speakers. Okay, don't worry. So because I want you people to stay tuned, I want you people to, you know, stay excited, and trust me, XLcon, when it comes to, see, this session is only for you know, our community members, whether online or live Excel, but you know, XLcon for us are not just, is not just an event. Okay, it's a gathering. So you know, it's a get together for this community, and it's going to be a wonderful time. So stay tuned and keep connected for the next 5 weeks. So it is 5 weeks to go for XLcon from now. Okay, so we are going to have few very, very good speakers, you know, who will teach us about leadership, team building, or marketing, or you know, practice management, business management, financial management. And so that's number one. Now the next is Excel Awards. So Excel Awards are the awards that we give to our course participants, whether online participants or Life Excel participants, Dent Excel participants, who have implemented the teachings of any of our courses and took your practices to the next level. So few of you have already got, like, in fact, quite a few of you have already got Excel Awards in the past. And in fact, last year, we also included few more categories in the Excel Awards, like Best Clinic Interior, Best Website, Best Team Uniform, and then 2x, 4x, 6x, 8x, and 10x practice growth kind of, things. Now, who can apply for awards? So number one criteria is, of course, you should be participant of any of our courses in our community, right? Number two, you can apply if you have not applied previously. You can apply if you have not got award previously. Suppose you have applied and you didn't get the award, so you can apply again. Now, those who have applied and those who have received the awards in the past, they can apply after 3 years, but they can definitely apply in different categories. Okay, I hope you got that. So if you got it, type got it in the chat box. So, because we are so happy, so proud to see your growth, your progress, and just want to, felicitate you, just want to give you another level of motivation. And I'll tell you something very, very big. The Excel Awards do not only motivate those who have been successful, but I have seen in the past that Excel Awards have motivated others as well. I still remember, we gave Excel Awards like in 2021, when it was online, and one of the participants at that time said, "Sir, next year I'm going to take the Excel Award." And guess what? Next year she landed up grabbing the Excel Award. Okay, so it actually motivates everybody. So, and I want you to have a very, very tough competition for Excel Awards. And so we will keep on giving you more details about Excel Awards in the due course of time. Apply for Excel Awards and grab it. Okay. The next thing is networking and fellowship. So I want you to ensure that every single of you who was present last year should be part of this XLcon. And I want you to also bring your friends, families, and your colleagues as well. Okay? Because it's always said your network is your net worth. Okay? So I want you to talk to each other. I want you to grow your network. I want you to learn from each other, discuss during the breaks, and go back, implement the new ideas, whatever you learn here, not just from the speakers, but from each other, and take your practices and your lives to the next level. And let me tell you, it takes only one idea to change your life. Okay, so you never know from whom you are going to learn this. It's not necessarily that you will learn it only from me or from other speakers. Okay, one idea is all it takes to create fortune. That's the saying. So make sure that you talk to the strangers rather than those who are your friends and you know them. Okay, of course you must meet your friends and those your team members, your team leaders, your super leaders, but also all of you must interact with at least 20 to 25 new people, because all of us are one. Okay, so it's a wonderful opportunity for networking and for fellowship. And for the first time in XLcon, we are going to have cultural evening officially. Okay, so cultural evening was always a part of offline Life Excel course. Okay, before the COVID times. Before the COVID times, after 50% of the Life Excel course used to be over, we used to have the cultural evening. And the cultural evening was for the participants, of the participants, by the participants. And it used to be such a powerful evening. So how many of you had ever been part of the cultural evening? Okay, so because I still remember, for the first time, I came to know that there is someone in our community who can literally dance almost equal to Hrithik Roshan, or sing like, crazy, or, do a wonderful mimicry, dramas, group dances, and so much. Like, there were so many people who, used to come and tell us that, only after, like, for the first time in last 20 years, 25 years, 15 years, after the college gathering, I, went to the stage, or for the first time, I danced with so many people and so many things. Like, okay. So we experimented it last year. Okay. Like one day before, like on Saturday night, we had a small get together kind of thing, but it was not cultural evening. But then interestingly, those of you who were present last year enjoyed it so much that, one of our super leaders, Prashant Satale sir, actually pushed me to make cultural evening as official part of XLcon. So we are going to have cultural evening this time on Sunday evening, 3rd itself, for the participants by the participants. And the cultural evening will be, will be performed by the Life Excel participants, simply because it always was part of Life Excel. Okay, so those of you who are part of Life Excel course, get in touch with your team leaders, get in touch with your super leaders. And because there are so many of you who are going to be here, so I practically don't think it will be possible for us to have solo performances. Okay, so we can have solo performances after the cultural evening is over. Okay, so but then we will have group performances, and I want everybody of you to participate. Like in the pre COVID times, when we used to have cultural evenings. So there were so many wonderful group performances that we saw. And this year also, we will be really having mind-blowing time. Okay. And those who are not part of Life Excel course, okay, like you are part of the online course or Dent Excel course, no problem. You come, of course, you stay in the evening, you enjoy the cultural evening, because two things there which are going to blow your mind. One is the banquet, and the second is the venue. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. So we are going to have an absolute mind-blowing, wonderful feast of food. Okay, very lavish banquet for all of you. And so the only thing which will not be there in the banquet officially will be the liquor. Okay, but don't get disappointed, those of you who want to booze. We'll see how can we manage it for you people, and we'll keep you updated about it. Okay. And there will be few very interesting announcements, very powerful announcements that will be made in this XLcon. As every year we do something. Okay, so it's actually going to be, trust me, one of the best days of 2023 for you. That's a promise. It's going to be one of the best days of this calendar year for you. Okay, so how many of you, those who attended last year, how many of you can still say that it was actually one of the, the last year's XLcon was one of the best day of your calendar year 2022? Okay, type yes in the chat box. So it's, I'm not saying the best, but definitely one of the best days of the year 2023, 2022. Similarly, guys, I promise you, 3rd of December is going to be definitely one of the best days for you of the calendar year 2023. Okay, take it from me, and let me just unfold you few more interesting things. Okay, right? So moving forward, so here are the details of XLcon. The date is Sunday, 3rd of December 23. The time is 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. So after the cultural evening, we will have DJ night. Okay, so I want all of you to dance, and I want all of you to dance as if no one is watching you, and dance as if it's going to be the last day of your life. Okay, so that's so that you give your best. Now, the venue is Drome Arena in Pune. Now, Those of you who are from Pune probably know about Drome Arena. Anybody know about Drome Arena? Guys, it is an absolute mind-blowing venue. Okay, it's an absolute mind-blowing venue. It's an international concert center. And okay, so if you I'm going to show you few photographs, few pictures. Okay, Rohini, our leader is from Pune, and she says, oh my God, yes, it is OMG, simply because one day rent of Drome Arena is 14 lakh rupees. One day rent. Okay, so those of you who are from Pune, you know what Drome Arena is all about. And for those who are not from Pune, let me give you the glimpses of Drome Arena, and then I show you a video also. Just have a look at a few of the pictures of Drome Arena, and put whatever comes to your mind in the chat box. Okay, after watching this. Okay, so these are few of the pictures of Drome Arena. It's a 9,500 square feet pillarless hall, okay, and where you can create any sort of themes, and it's an absolute, completely digital laser-based, venue. And look at that, what we can create there. And this is what we are going to create with our XLcon 2023 themes as well. Yeah, all big concerts happen over there. It's absolute celebrity venue, by the way. Okay, and let me also show you a video. Okay, so this is Drome Arena at its best. Okay, so by the way, how was that? Okay, so you just can't miss this, trust me. Okay, you just can't miss this. Like the stage itself is like big stage, and the central LED screen is 600 square feet P2 quality LED screen. So it's actually going to be absolute mind boggling, and make sure that you don't miss it. Now let me tell you why it is important to attend such events. It just opens our minds to the next level. Okay, and you take an ounce from such things, go back to your own life, and you land up doing something mind-blowing when you go back. Okay, always remember, our experiences creates our future, and that's why we need to have these kind of experiences. Like we had very detailed, intense discussion with our super leaders, and like, can we afford such an expensive thing? Okay, because we always did XLcon without sponsorship till now. Okay, and imagine if there are like 300 people, still the cost of venue itself is like 4,500, 5,000 rupees per person kind of. If there are 5,000 people, the cost of venue is still 3,000 rupees per participant. So how much will be the fees of XLcon, right? So let me just go ahead and tell you something very interesting about it. So guys, this is XLcon 2023. Now, so let me give you the registration fees. The registration fees of XLcon is 5,000 rupees plus GST. How many of you are like, wow, with it? Just type wow in the chat box. Okay. Because it includes your breakfast, it includes your lunch, it includes your banquet, it includes your venue, it includes your speakers, it includes your registration, it includes tea, coffee, everything. It includes fellowship, friendship, Excel awards. Oh my God, except liquor, everything is included. Great. Okay. How many of you? Others are not happy with 5,000 rupees. Okay. Others are not happy with 5,000 rupees. How many of you want a better deal? Type a deal in the chat box. Okay. Type deal in the chat box. Imagine, huh? So we are talking about a better deal even in this price. Okay. How many of you want better deal in the chat? Okay, type deal in the chat, right? Wonderful, wonderful. So I'm so happy. And I know ki, no matter how reasonable it is, but you people still want a better deal. Good, because it's important to negotiate, right? So moving ahead, let me tell you something. The registration charges are 5,000 rupees for our community members. And listen to this. You can bring one guest absolutely free with your registration. Now, the only condition is the guest should be non-course participant. Okay. So how many of you it's like, oh my God, type OMG in the chat box, like 5,000 rupees, 2 people. Okay. You can bring one guest who is non-participant. Okay. You can bring your friend, you can bring your colleague, you can gift it to, and I'm going to, yes, you can bring your spouse also, no problem. Okay. And I'm going to show you frog right now. Just wait. Don't leave. Come on. Okay. It's not yet over. Guest should be medico only, preferably, because sub medico ka gathering hai, but then honestly, it is not compulsory. I'm going to talk about that. Okay. But it's absolute mind blowing, isn't it? 5,000 rupees, 2 people at a venue where the cost of venue is 5,000, 3,000 rupees per head. Okay. So, wonderful. Now, let me just show you something very interesting that I learned from one of our BNI member. What about spouse and child? Yeah, Sachin, see, your spouse can be your guest, no doubt about it. If you have one child, then maybe you will have to do 2 registrations and get one more guest. I'm talking about it, right? नहीं, kids free नहीं कर सकते मैडम, क्योंकि venue का cost भले ही same रहे, but trust me, imagine the cost of food, right from breakfast, then morning tea, then lunch, then evening tea, and then banquet. That itself is like almost 2,500 rupees. Forget about the other expenses. It's actually going to be extremely loss-making thing for, me. But now, going ahead, I just want to, नहीं, kids half वगैरह कुछ नहीं होता है PC, because क्या होता है ना, वो they always charge per plate. ये सारी possibilities explore कर चुका हूं मैं, but it's not going to work like that. So let me tell you something very interesting. Now, even if you have to, okay, let me just go to the next slide. Okay, who should attend XLcon? Okay, and आप किसको ला सकते हो? You have 1+1, right? So of course you can take 2,500 rupees from one of your friends, and you can bring your friend also. That's purely your choice. Or you can gift it to, your friends, whatever. So who can be invited? The answer is very simple. Frogs can be invited. What is frog? Okay. The BNI people know this, right? So number 1 is friends. Your dentist colleagues, your medico colleagues, your consultants, your associate doctors. Okay. Trust me. And mark my words, they will thank you for the rest of your life. Even if you take 50% money from them, like 2,500 rupees, and ask them to attend, okay, they will never see, or they would have never seen anything like this in 2,500 rupees in their life. I'm sure you will agree with that. Okay. And so much at this price. Or even if you pay for them, they will still thank you for the rest of your life. Suppose you are like, you want to come with your, okay, the next is like your relatives. What the next thing in frog is your relatives, your family members, and your near relatives, like your spouse, your kids. Let me tell you something. Pay for your kids if required. Instead of giving them huge, crores of rupees as wealth when they grow up and when you are old, instead of passing the financial legacy, pass some legacy like this. I'm not joking. Your kids will learn more than you if they see something like this in their life. And I have first-hand experience of my very close friends and their kids in the past. I still remember for the first time when few of my very close friends, I told them, there are very good speakers this time, bring your kids also. When they brought their kids, that was in 2019, when they brought their kids, and I just asked them after the event, like we were sitting together, 3-4 families, and I asked them that, what did you learn from XLcon? And the kind of pointers which, those kids, including my kids also. So, the kind of pointers which our kids gave, or, the take-home message which they derived, which they extracted from XLcon was better than what we could derive from it. They are way better and sharper and smarter than us. Okay. And trust me, these are the kind of investments which you should make for your kids. You spend thousands and lakhs of rupees on their birthdays, their gifts, their vacations. Trust me, something like this will be way more useful for them in their life also. So don't think about, arey sir, kids ka half kar do, double kar do. Because it's a priceless thing at this price for them. Rest is your choice. Then you can ask few of your, if you are part of some association, you can ask your medico colleagues. Yeah, see, so what Vikram says, I brought my 8-year-old kid last time. He felt very good and he was super happy. Yeah, obviously. Yes, Anish still remembers Novotel. Yeah. Okay. What should be the minimum age of kids? There is no minimum age, Mehnaz, as long as they don't disturb you during the day. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि okay, your kids become your liability on the day of XLcon. That's it. अगर बहुत छोटे बच्चे हैं तो, otherwise तो, even like 3rd, 4th, 5th standard ka kids are definitely going to learn something from XLcon. I'm very sure about this. Okay. Then your friends and your colleagues from your different NGOs, your professional organizations, then your WhatsApp groups, your social media connects, any person who you think should be benefited or can be benefited, or where you can become the catalyst of their growth, should be part of or can be invited. Okay. And your social contacts, your network. So I want you to make sure that you not just come alone, but you invite your friends, your family members, your colleagues, your subordinates, your staff, your consultants. And I'm not joking, simply because nobody and nowhere else they will be able to have this kind of experience, and they will be able to learn this much. And I'm sure all of you will agree at this price. Okay. So now, if there are any questions, I'll just answer those questions first. Okay. And then I'll share the payment link with you. So I want you to quickly grab this opportunity okay, I'll just share the payment link meanwhile. And if you have questions, let me also check who becomes the first registration of XLcon. I just shared the payment link in the chat. Okay. So every year, we recognize or we ensure that the first person who, whose name is first in XLcon comes on the stage, whether to felicitate a guest or whatever. Yeah, obviously the kids will feel the energy, and it's not just energy. They will learn a lot. It will open their parachute. They will understand what kind of events that are arranged in this world. or in this country, and growing up where they can go actually. Okay, so yeah, now about the stay arrangement. Of course, you will have to do the stay arrangement, because in 2,500 rupees, I can't give you the accommodation. But the nearest hotel, good hotel to this venue is Radisson's Blue, Kharadi. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Dheeraj, done. Kya baat hai. So I'll have to check with the Razor Pay who is the first one, and I'll be very fair and transparent. Don't worry. So yeah. Can non-Life Excel members bring one person with him? Yes. So, it's very simple, Dr. Manisha. If there is a non-Life Excel member and he or she is going to bring one more person, so that makes it two. So, if there are like 2 Life Excelite and then 2 non-Life Excel, khatam, kaam ho gaya aapka. So effectively, you'll actually land up paying only 2,500 rupees. Okay. So, wonderful. So quite a few of you have already paid and paying. That's absolutely fine. So as Rakesh says, what about the spouse and 2 kids? That means 2 registrations, Rakesh. Okay, you can do that. No problem. अगर आपके बच्चे हैं तो we will not keep that condition कि 1 Life Excelite can bring only 1 Life Excelite. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. And it's not that only one course participant can bring only one course participant. You can have multiple people also. That's not a problem. See, the point is, I just want to give this exposure to as many people as possible. Trust me, it's a very genuine intention. In fact, with all honesty, let me tell you something. The more the number, the more will be the loss, the financial deficit. I'll be very honest. You do your numbers, you calculate the way you want. More the number, more will be the deficit. But I'm perfectly okay with that, because we always keep on doing this every year for XLcon, through XLcon, and why not? Sir, do we need to make the payment right now, or can we do it later? Shivani, you can do it later also. No problems at all. Okay, Amita says, which is the last date of registration? Amita, no last date of registration. Of course, we normally do not encourage the spot registration. So maybe you can say the last date of registration is 30th of November. Not a problem. But guess what? There are 2 things. Number 1, see, once you make the registration, then you are committed to coming. Otherwise, your mind will keep on finding different reasons why you cannot attend it. That's the problem. Second thing, you have to make your travel and accommodation plans as well. So nowadays, even accommodations and everything is not very difficult, simply because everything can be searched online, and all this. So I don't think there should be any problem. Okay. So guys, and those of you who are Life Excel participants, I want you not just to register ASAP, as early as possible, but also start preparing, okay, with your team leaders. Okay. Start preparing for the cultural evening as well. Okay, aapka group dance set karo. If you want a choreographer, we have already briefed this to your team leaders. If you want choreographers, if you want costume, we are willing to help you, everything from Pune. Okay, and that person can be kya baat hai, registration done, flight book, hotel book. Very good, wonderful. So okay, so start practicing, for this wonderful, because the stage is so pretty. It is an absolute wow stage, I'll tell you. Okay, the screen, imagine 600 square feet LED screen. The side panels, LED panels are different. It's completely beyond words. Like, for the first time when I saw Drome Arena, I was like, oh my God, I have been to so many cities, so many venues. Okay, but this was something really special. Okay, so if you have any more questions, you can ask your questions. As I told you, I'm going to talk with Radisson's Blue, try to get a good deal for accommodation from them. But December is always peak and super peak season. So these people are always like, they just don't bargain a lot. So they are very tough on negotiation, especially in the month of November, December, and Jan. but that's fine. We'll try our best and try to definitely save some money for you people as well, for sure, no matter what. Registration offer is for gold members as well. Yes. So all those who are not Life Excelites, if you are silver member, gold member, diamond member, yes, the same offer for you people as well. So don't think it is only for Life Excel or the conference is only for Life Excel. Not at all. In fact, I'll tell you what, those of you who are participants only of online community, MDF, okay, you too must attend XLcon, because you will really understand how powerful this community is. Okay, you will really understand how powerful this community is. Okay, so guys, if there are any further questions, you can keep on posting your questions in the WhatsApp groups. Those who are Life Excelites, you can talk to your team leaders, your super leaders, and we are always there. Once again, sharing the registration link here as well. And of course, the link and this recording will be shared in your groups as well. So guys, I am really happy and looking forward to see you all at XLcon 2023. Trust me. And as I told you, as I promised you again, this is going to be one more day to remember for the rest of your life. Okay, so see you soon. Get ready, get excited, and if you're Life Excel member, start preparing your dance steps. Okay, so and I'll see you soon again. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thank you, everyone.